Hi, friends. I'm way out here in the middle of the woods because I'm coming to you with a message that I think might be of benefit to you. Something that's come to me over the past couple of weeks, and I'm very grateful for it. And I've seen it in a few other folks' readings. Is something that I want to discuss with you, and I think most of you watching this video can benefit from hearing it. I want to talk to you about stillness, on being still, and on silence. We are at a cold, still part of the year here up in northern Vermont, and it's very still. It's very cold. It's the middle of winter, as you can see behind me. Lots of stillness, lots of silence. I'm not personally somebody that's good with stillness or silence. I generally like to have the radio on, music playing wherever I am. It's hard for me to sit in silence. And unless I'm forced to, it's very hard for me to sit still. I was raised by two very hardworking parents. And out of all the things they instilled into me and my sister early on, was a very hard work ethic. You work for what you want in this world, and you don't ever expect handouts and don't ever expect people to give you what you need. You get out there and you work for it. If you need to have two jobs to survive, you have two jobs to survive. And that's just the way our world works right now. And last year I had a really busy year. Isaac, my husband, and we have two businesses. And last year I had an incredible year, very busy, very full of lots of adventure and moving around and traveling and doing this and doing that. And it was a great year. And I'm getting this sense that this year, 2020, might be a little bit more quiet for me. And of course I could be wrong, but if it's more quiet for me, if I don't do as much traveling, if I don't do as much adventuring, I've come to understand that that's okay. That in my own way, I need to learn how to be still, and I need to learn how to be silent for a bit. And one of the examples that was given to me is the idea of garlic or daffodils and tulips, that we plant those here in northern New England in the fall time, and they have to be in the ground and be frozen and be cold all winter long before they grow in the spring. You can't plant garlic or daffodils and tulips in the spring. They need to be still, they need to be frozen, they need to be cold to blossom and to grow healthily. And I think that's a lesson that we all can learn, is that sometimes we need to be still. And if we are still, if life makes us still, or we seek stillness or rest, that's not a bad thing. Part of me would look at the stillness or the rest that I might have coming this year as a reflection on me or my character, the fact that I might not be working as hard. And if I was left to my own devices, I would work 7 days a week. And in fact, it's very hard for me not to work or to do work-related things on the days that I have off. As I've become 40 and closer to this adulthood thing, I've realized that there's a lot of value in stillness. There's a lot of value in rest. I will work, and then I'll come home and crash. And after a long day of doing readings, I have to sit in front of the TV and I have to watch something silly or mindless just to zone out, just to give my brain a chance to be still. But I'm also giving my body a chance to rest and to be still. And I think, again, that's something that we all can value. Stillness and rest is important. If you were to let a car run all the time, or if you were to let machines in factories or a computer even run all the time, it would break. Those pieces of machinery need rest. You need rest. I need rest. We all need rest. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not a reflection on our character. It's not something about us being weak or lesser than. It's just part of the machines that we are. And if you look at it, we are blood, flesh, and bone machines. We need fuel to work. We need rest to work. If you look at our world, there's all sorts of cycles of activity and stillness, activity and stillness. We look at summer, and then we look at winter, and then we look at day, and we look at night. And even in ourselves, we look at smaller cycles of activity and stillness. We work, we take breaks. We work, we take breaks. We have 16, 20 hours, 12 hours, however long we're awake during the day, and then we sleep 6, 8 hours, what have you. It's very important for us to rest. Now, I'm not somebody that's big into meditation. It's very difficult for me to meditate, but I do try to get some stillness in. I might not be able to reach that meditative state where I am absolutely nothing, but I try to find some stillness. I try to do some breathing exercises. I go back to that breathing exercise that I'm a big fan of, the fourfold breath of breathing in for 4 seconds, holding it for 4 seconds, breathing out for 4 seconds, and holding it for 4 seconds. And if you were to just sit and do that exercise just 10 times, you don't need to meditate. You don't need to find stillness, but that's great if you do. That's great if you do. But just to find a moment to be quiet, be still, you're going to notice, and not immediately, you're not going to notice immediately tangible results to this, but you'll notice that you'll be able to be more present and to be more active in a healthy way. So my advice to you for this year, for 2020, for any time really, is to find some stillness, to know when to be quiet, know when to be still, know when to take a break, because we can't work forever. We can't keep going forever. We'll break, and we won't be able to take care of ourselves and our loved ones. So a message that I thought that you could hear is stillness. Be still, be quiet, enjoy the silence. You'll be all the better for it.